Tēnā koutou, tuatahi kia koe te kaumātua nā hui pohi mai i a tātou I tēnei pō, tēnā koe. O tira kia koe Dr. Malcolm, nā hau tēnei kura, tēnā rawātu koe. O tira kia tātou, te pai ki muri nei, kia koe Professor O'Connor, kia koe Anton. Huri noi tō tātou whare, tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou katoa. Nā reira, no te mea ko te wiki o te reo o Kuki Airani, kia ora ana. Good evening, hello. Thank you for inviting us here this evening to talk to you and to answer your questions. I'm delighted to be here and to represent our national government and to speak to the policies that we've both implemented and those that we have in mind for the future. I come from Ruatoria. All of my education, except for 2 years, was therefore carried out in what would now be known as a Decile 1 community. I come from a family of 10. I grew up in a whānau that had very extensive networks, and I had instilled in me the importance of whanaungatanga and relationship management, of language, identity and culture. And I had a world-class education in Ruatoria. Our education system is indeed world-class. That hasn't happened by accident, and it won't continue without attention. It is absolutely performing well for the vast majority of our children and young people. But too many of those who have been left behind in the system, and not just this year, not just the past 6 years, not just the last 20 years, are Māori, are Pacifica, come from poorer homes, have special education needs, or permutations of all four. Our challenge is both to lift up those who have been left behind and to push up those who are already doing well to do better. Our top students are top in the world, but we have now and have had for quite some time the students who are doing well, and the gap between those and who are doing not so well has been well established in our education system. Last year, when the PISA results for 2012 were reported, and it showed that New Zealand had declined in our rankings in terms of other countries with whom we compare ourselves, those 15-year-olds started school in 2002. It is not good enough to discover, as a previous speaker has said, at 15 that these young people are illiterate and innumerate and unable to progress through our profoundly democratising national qualifications framework. It is not, as some of the speeches this evening has suggested, some kind of binary, either do this or either do that. Absolutely, education is about and. If we talk about quantity and we talk about facts, then in the last 6 years, the number of teachers has gone up by 15%, while the number of students have gone up by 0.7%. It isn't just about quality, but most certainly that is what all the evidence says, both here in New Zealand and overseas, that makes the difference within schools. I'm talking about the quality of teaching and the quality of leading. The two that make the most difference outside of school is the strength of a parent's involvement in their child's learning and the expectations held of and for them by the community of which they are a part. Again, it's not either or, it's and all our policies speak to that. When we came into government in 2008, as an indicator of how poorly our education system was serving those being left behind, and how much attention apparently the previous Labour government had given to this, was that Māori children, young people, leaving secondary school with NCEA 2 was 44%. It seems it was acceptable for less than half to leave our world-class education system without the minimum qualification. Pacifica was slightly better at 51%, and our overall average was 66%. Well, in the last 5.5 years of this government, both Māori and Pacifica populations have increased their success level at NCEA 2 by about 20% each. We cannot keep doing all of the same things, or we'll keep getting all of the same outcomes. You speak, or other speakers here tonight speak about trust in the teaching profession. National standards rely on the overall teacher judgments. National standards rely on the assessment tools that those teachers choose to use. Using our rich and broad curriculum is a matter of trust of teachers and principals. They are the decision makers. Our government has showed evidentially its absolute trust in teachers and its absolute expectation of performance for each and every child and young New Zealander. Kia ora tātou.